Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You have the right to remain well entertained. What is a product that if people found out how it was made they'd stop buying it? Not really a product, but if people knew how much and often people cut corners in construction, I think housing prices would go way down. I don't think I was ever on a job where a problem came up, and people were like, okay, let's start over and do this right. Or, especially in bigger construction companies, how much time the employees waste to run the clock. Guys, trust me when I say I have put my sweat and blood into the industry. My hands are calloused. I'm still working class, and it wasn't my intention to call out people that do this stuff as lazy or whatever else. Most people doing these jobs are extremely underpaid, and on top of being underpaid, they're putting their bodies and health on the line every single day. I almost lost a finger, twice. I've almost had a whole granite slab fall on me for $11 per hour. I probably would have died. And many more situations I won't get into. Don't take it out on the workers. Just try your best to work with a smaller company that isn't working 50 jobs at once and has a supervisor/owner around to watch what's going on. Nothing. People know what goes into hot dogs and chicken nuggets, they still eat them. They've seen what the sweatshops look like, and they still buy stuff from there. One of my favorite videos. Chef tries to gross out kids showing how one is made. They all want to eat it at the end. He's just disgusted with everything. Fresh juices are not so fresh apparently. A friend whose family owns mango orchard told me these companies buy the leftover stock that doesn't sell directly and leave the rest to strong artificial flavoring for uniform taste. Fresh squeezed is marketing. You can deliver orange juice year-round in 3 ways. 1. Buy fresh oranges and squeeze them yourself. 2. Squeeze the oranges, remove most of the water and freeze the concentrate. This is sold as frozen concentrate. 3. Squeeze the oranges, then separate all the components of the juice mechanically and chemically. Store the various components in huge tanks, sometimes for years. Then mix it with flavors and preservatives, bottle it, and sell it before it separates again. This is sold as fresh squeezed, because it's never been frozen. Unless you physically see method 1, method 2 is far fresher. Anyone who enjoys sausage and respects the law should never find out how either are made. No one really knows how the game is played, the art of the trade, how the sausage gets made. We just assume that it happens. But no one else is in the room where it happens. Silk. Bonus story, had a friend who worked briefly in bridal and was fitting a woman who was boasting how vegan and eco-friendly her wedding was going to be. No one was allowed to wear leather, etc., all while wearing her dress with huge amounts of silk on it. ETA, July 17, 2020. A lot of people asking if my friend told the bride, so I asked her, no I didn't. The bride and her friends started making fun of my disability when they thought I wasn't in the room and couldn't hear them. I would have also lost my job if I had lost the sale. In high school, the girls in my class were horrified to find out what their Uggs were made of. They had no idea. What did they think sheepskin boots were made from? Pretty sure they thought it was synthetic. Or they never realized they were referred to as being sheepskin, and got them due to popularity. Either way, they were not happy about this revelation. Certain signed artwork. Used to work at an art printing company that we did signature editions of certain pieces. Guess who did the signing? Me and some co-workers. We were all design and art majors, so they just had us learn all the artists' signatures. We even had machines that could mimic the signatures too. I wish I had a picture of the devices, they were pretty cool. It was in the fine print that we were doing it and was approved by the artists, but I guarantee most people would never buy the prints if they knew the signatures were forged. So always read the fine print when buying items, especially special editions of stuff. Only buying from artists from now on. Same. I'm only buying the artist from now on for authenticity. Baby powder. If only they knew where all the babies go. Nah, baby powder is what's left when you squeeze all the oil out. Exactly. Innocent babies are one of the most inexpensive source of valuable materials. I keep telling my daughter if she misbehaves I'm sending her to the baby oil refinery. She just laughs at me. She's also one and laughs at anything. The human brain is incredibly good at forgetting and ignoring information that might inconvenience it. I'm gonna pretend like I didn't see this. I really don't think there is one. If it's because the ingredients or preparation are disgusting, I think most people are perfectly happy to keep eating/using it because the finished product is fine. If it's a moral reason, I just don't think most people would care enough to stop using or eating whatever the product is. We've known for years that Air Jordans are being made with child labor in sweatshops, and sales haven't dipped one bit due to that. And I don't say this as a cynic, I think we should work to improve conditions for all humanity, but the proportion of consumers who would be bothered enough to stop buying a thing is vanishingly small. That reminds me that Hershey's has some ethically made label on the back of their chocolate bars, even though 99% it probably isn't. Slurm. Poplars. Pop a poplar in your mouth when you come to Fishy Joe's. What they're made of is a mystery. Where they come from, no one knows. You can kick 'em, you can lick 'em, you can chew 'em, you can stick 'em. If you promise not to sue us, stick one up your nose. I'd imagine if people walked through the sweatshops that produce most of their clothing, they would consider spending a bit more for products made in a more humane way. One of the reasons I think buying ethically made clothing is difficult is the large price difference, at least with the clothes I've seen. Also, many of the shops I've seen with strong ethical values tend to be online, and there are some clothing items that are difficult to buy without trying them on. I want to do better, but the industry doesn't make it easy. After I found out the story behind the palm plantations for production of palm oil, I made it my personal mission to completely throw it out of my life, and that sh.t is in almost everything you eat. And in so many cosmetic products and in shampoo and in cleaning detergent. One really wonders why the duck they put that in there to begin with. Oil combined with lye creates soap. Most low to mid-tier vodkas. I work at an industrial distillery where we make millions of gallons of very high purity ethanol from corn. We have customers in the beverage market that literally just dilute our product to 80 proof or so, run it through a filter, and bottle it to sell. Those customers sell their products from anywhere from $8 to $50 plus for a liter. And you know what the main difference is? The more expensive vodka's bottle is fancier. It's almost all brand perception with these corn-based vodkas. Chocolate produced by child labor. I once read a Twitter thread in Arab Twitter about this, it was widely retweeted, some people were commenting that at least these children are working. Even though the thread clearly pointed out these kids were kidnapped by cacao gangs, chased and killed if they tried to escape, some people will not stop and will not care and will tell themselves lies and continue about their day. Truth is irrelevant. This reminds me of a documentary series my dad once watched. Garlic. The garlic industry is a hell of a lot darker than most people would think. I don't remember everything, but apparently a lot of Chinese companies that sell to restaurants overseas use prison labor. These inmates have to peel the garlic completely by hand, no tools whatsoever. There were a few inmates missing fingernails. If I recall correctly, one man said that he had a friend who had to resort to using his teeth because he didn't have any nails left. They work unimaginably grueling shifts, in which they have to meet a quota for the day or face consequences. They get paid very little, if anything at all. They all seem so miserable. The series is titled Rotten, you can find it on Netflix. Rotten is so good. There's one about how the avocado trade fuels cartels in Michoacan, Mexico, and other ones about milk, cod, chocolate, wine, wheat edibles, and more. Babies. Why? How do they make babies? Baby.co company make them. I can't believe monopolies like this are still such a problem in today's baby production industry, SMH. I personally get my babies from third-party sources. What would have been your answer or question? Leave it in the comments below. Slap that like and subscribe button for more, and check out the link in the video description for even more answers. Peace out, and catch you in the next video.